Welcome to another video. Today's video will talk about the top 8 ways to boost the dopamine hormone naturally. Do you ever feel like you cannot concentrate on your work or feel tired, moody, and unmotivated? If your answer is yes to these questions, then there is a good chance that you need to enhance your dopamine level. Dopamine is a type of neurotransmitter. Your nervous system uses it to send messages between nerve cells, and that's why it is sometimes called a chemical messenger. When dopamine is released in large amounts, it creates feelings of pleasure and reward, which keep you motivated to repeat a specific behavior. On the other hand, low dopamine levels reduce motivation and enthusiasm for things that would excite other people. Fortunately, there are many ways to increase dopamine levels to stay productive, motivated, and happy. So let's get to it. Number 1. Eat lots of protein. Proteins are made up of small building blocks called amino acids. Your body needs 20 different amino acids to make all the proteins. One amino acid called tyrosine is essential in the production of dopamine. Enzymes within your body convert tyrosine into dopamine. So having adequate tyrosine levels is critical for dopamine production. You can increase tyrosine levels in your blood by consuming protein-rich foods like beef, eggs, dairy, turkey, and legumes. Number 2. Consume probiotics. The communication between your brain and gut is called the gut-brain axis. It is a term used for the communication network that connects the gut and the brain. These two organs are connected both physically and biochemically in a number of different ways. The gut contains a large number of nerve cells that produce many neurotransmitter signaling molecules, including dopamine. There are certain bacteria in your gut capable of producing dopamine hormone, which may impact your mood and behavior. So probiotic consumption will improve your digestion and likely increase dopamine production in your body. Number 3. Eat less saturated fat. Diet high in saturated fat increases inflammation in the body, leading to changes in the dopamine system, and as a result, disruptions in the dopamine signaling occur in the brain. Research has found a link between high saturated fat intake and poor human memory and thinking ability. Number 4. Eat velvet beans. Velvet beans contain high levels of L-dopa, which is a precursor molecule to dopamine production. Studies have found that eating these beans raises dopamine levels naturally, especially in people with Parkinson's disease. Another study found that consumption of 250 grams of cooked velvet beans in people with Parkinson's disease significantly raised dopamine levels and reduced Parkinson's disease symptoms. Keep in mind that velvet beans are toxic in high amounts, so it is essential to consult your healthcare professional before making any changes to your diet. Number 5. Get enough sleep. When dopamine is released in the brain, it creates feelings of alertness and wakefulness. In the morning, dopamine is released in large amounts because it's time to wake up, and that levels fall in the evening. Staying awake late at night dramatically reduces the availability of dopamine receptors by the next morning. Getting regular high-quality sleep of 7 to 9 hours keep your dopamine levels balanced and helps you feel more alert and high-functioning during the day. Number 6. Exercise often. Exercise is recommended for boosting endorphin levels and improving mood. Improvements in mood can be seen after 20 minutes of aerobic activity. Research shows that running increases the release of dopamine and upregulates the number of dopamine receptors in the brain's reward areas. Number 7. Listen to music. Listening to music can be a fun way to stimulate dopamine release in your brain. Music increases activity in the reward and pleasure areas of the brain, which are rich with dopamine receptors. A study has found that music increases 9% of brain dopamine levels when people listen to instrumental songs that give them chills. Number 8. Meditation. Meditation is the practice of focusing inward, clearing your mind, and letting your thoughts float by without judgment or attachment. You can do it while sitting, standing, or even walking, and regular practice is associated with improved physical and mental health. These benefits increase dopamine levels in the brain. One study has found that 1 hour of meditation increases 65% of dopamine production in the body. Remember, this video is for educational purposes. We are not giving you medical advice. You should always consult your doctor if you need any professional opinion. Did you find this video helpful? If yes, then make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell notification button to view more upcoming Create Cure content like this.